Hey everybody, welcome back for day 7 of 10 days of Christmas for healthy holidays. Yesterday I talked about what you could do if you don't have time for exercise, and I started talking about injuries too, and today is going to be exclusively about have an injury that doesn't let you work out. This is what you can do instead. Okay, so the biggest thing here is going to be that your brain, okay, our brain's always thinking getting us in trouble. Your brain's always going to think of reasons not to do something. Okay, your brain is afraid of danger, and in this case it may be afraid of re-injury or something along those lines, something that happened to you in the past that brings up some feelings of, well, I really don't think I want to do that. Or we're human beings, we're just really good at making excuses, right? But those excuses are the things that keep us stuck in our tracks. So here's just some really quick things that you can do if you have an injury. So first and foremost, think about, generally, your whole body doesn't hurt. So if your lower body is bothering you, which is typically knees for most people, or maybe you have a foot injury, then just work on the upper body. Okay, vice versa. If there's something wrong with your neck or shoulder, it's usually a shoulder, neck problems, but usually that doesn't get in the way too bad. If it's shoulders and elbows can be an issue, then just work your lower body. Okay, so there's always ways around it. And if for some reason you have one joint that's bothering you on upper and lower extremity, you can typically get away with just doing seated core exercises then, and just use smaller weights. So in this instance, if you are, because really all I want you to do is just get started, because oftentimes what happens is the joint just needs a little bit of lubrication for it to feel a little bit better. Not always, and obviously I can't prescribe you over the internet because I have no idea what's going on. If you're a bone on bone, it's just going to hurt, right? But inactivity is the thing that is going to do the greatest harm with our joints, period. Unless a surgeon has told you not to do something, or a doctor has told you not to do something for a specific reason, you can always move on some level. Okay, so number one, you can always stretch. You can always do some sort of stretching, whether it's your neck, for your posture. So these are two big muscles that are really neglected all the time. Just stretching these can help alleviate a lot of neck pain and headache pain. Stretching your pecs in a door, or even like this, depending how tight you are, will also help with posture. Okay, again, we're like this all day long, and when our body goes like this, our front side tightens and our back side needs strengthening. So when we do that, it starts to open up our posture. It alleviates the pain and stress off of our cervical spine, which can alleviate headaches. Okay, so I have a lot of stuff that I do with that, but I just want to kind of blow through this so you get an idea. You can always ask me for specifics. Okay, so in terms of lower body, I'm just going to show you seated exercises briefly, just to kind of give you an idea if you are kind of can't think outside of the box. So for seated core, you can literally take, like I said yesterday, you can take like a can or a pot or something that's kind of heavy. I just have a 2-pound weight right here. Push out, because anytime that you have a weight away from your center of gravity, it's going to activate your core muscles. So most people can get away with doing this, no problem. And then I call something called, like, back up a little bit here, steering wheels. So you can steer like so. Engage your core, sit up nice and tall and steer. You can chop, you can go from one side to the next. You can do this sitting or standing. I'm going to show standing because this is for people who may be having a hard time getting started with exercise. You can do alternating bicep curls. That will also help your core and clearly your biceps. But for the seated exercises, you can put 2-pound ankle weights around your ankles. You can start off just by getting used to doing this. It's not going to do a whole lot unless you're very deconditioned. But seated marching, seated leg kicks here, right? You can do these also. And then the abductions, we come out to the side. Now here's where you can, get resistance bands and put those things around your body. But you can also use your hands here if you want to. You can press up against your hands, You can also squeeze between like so. You're gonna get the inner thighs here, here, you're gonna get the outside of your thighs. So there are ways to just kind of get enough exercise in to get you through certain, inactivity, okay? The idea is this is for people who are injured, are having a hard time getting back into a routine. You gotta keep it small, short, and easy. And then you'll naturally start looking for, better exercises for you. So exercises that fit what you need. So again, AKA a little bit harder, but the problem is you're stuck, and you're stuck for a reason. So those are the types of things that you can do. What else? Let's think here. And then the biggest thing is to focus on, here's the mindset portion, right? You focus on what you can do, not what you can't do. This is the problem us human beings are so bad at. We're all a bunch of negative Nellies, especially if we're stuck with any kind of diet, exercise, or healthy patterns. Is we focus on what we can't have or what we can't do. So we continuously will look for that, because that's how our brain works, instead of thinking about what we can do. And I just showed you ways that you can do something to build a habit. So let's just say you do a few of those things that I showed you for 10 minutes a day. You're going to start feeling better. You're going to start to develop a habit. And then you can, when you start feeling better, you can fill that 10 minutes with something else that's harder for you. Okay. Again, you can add things like resistance bands, leg weights, a heavy can of soup in bags, right? You can do, get creative and put water or sand in a milk. There's not a lot of sand. It's probably hard to find sand, but you could put sand inside of a milk jug. You can put water inside of a milk jug. You can shake it. So this is like the at-home shake weight, right? The at-home shake weight that doesn't look really weird. I don't know. When people are doing strange things with that shake weight, kind of looks strange. You're not gonna look like that if you're shaking a half gallon or a gallon of water back and forth, up and down. You're gonna get tons of core activation that way. So try something and let me know if you're still kind of trying to figure it out. If you have a specific injury, I can give you some ideas on what you can do. But this is a general overview of there's always something that you can do to start developing a habit, which is key. And then you move into something that is more difficult for you. So again, today was day 7 of day 10 of how to create healthy holidays, 10 days of Christmas, essentially, because we're getting close to Christmas. And tomorrow, let me just double check. So I'm dealing with lots of allergies here right now. So I live in Austin, where we have cedar fever here, and cedar season is in full force right now. All right, day 8 is going to be the top 3 things that sabotage your healthy habits. Okay, so this is really important. You may or may not know some of these, but check in. It will be fairly short video. So I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. This is Erika with EG Wellness, Body and Mind Transformations. And I want to know what you can try or what your hurdles are with today's focus on injuries. Take care.